Hey, yo! Whoops, this is taking way too long. Sorry about that. I've been pretty effing busy, with working on fiction's reality and other things. But we're here now, and today we're going to be drawing some fusions. Not just any fusions, though. Today we're specifically going to be focusing on fusing combatants from the infamous Rooster Teeth series, Death Battle. I know a lot of people really don't like Death Battle, but personally, I fucking adore Death Battle, right? Seeing two characters animated and mashed together in a fight, like fucking action figures where they kick the shit out of each other, is just straight up fun. While, yeah, they get stuff wrong sometimes, and yeah, some of the ways they finish each other off is bullshit. What? I still really love it. Popeye versus Saitama, Batman versus Iron Man, fucking Omni-Man versus Homelander. Oh my god, it's so satisfying seeing Homelander get his shit kicked in. I fucking hate the boys. This is so satisfying. Anyway, we're going to start off doing fusions that specifically tie into fiction's reality. So we're going to be fusing Superman and Goku, Ben 10 and Green Lantern, and Captain Marvel and Shazam. So let's get into it. Alrighty, Superman and Goku, or the Solar Saiyan, also known as Son Clark, and Kalkarat, the Monkey of Steel, the hope of the universe, the answer to all living things that cry out for peace, protector of the innocent, light in the darkness, truth. In terms of design, he was definitely the one who fell together the easiest. The two are very similar in terms of, build. So the only thing I really had to figure out what to do with was the costume. So I took Goku's gi and Superman's spandex, polymerized them, and made it into a sleeveless jumpsuit. I know both Goku and Sup have sleeves, but the sleeveless look invokes the same feeling as Goku's gi. And if I gave him sleeves, he'd just kind of look like he's wearing a t-shirt, which I actually hated. That looked so bad. So the tank top look it is. He also has bracers, kind of based on Goku's wristbands, but also I just like bracers a lot in terms of design. It helps break things up a little.
I love you, lucky wristbands.
I also fused the two logos, like how Superman's logo is always fused. So I kept the shape of the shield and then shoved the other logo inside of it. Fusing Goku's wacky belt and Superman's funny cape gave me a cool cloak, and I like it a lot. So Goku has spiky hair, and that's very iconic and very, very cool. And Superman has a hair swirl, which is very iconic and very, very cool. So I had to keep both. Spiky hair, funny swirl, bada bing, bada boom. Although it does kind of make him look a bit too much like Ethan's FR design. Oops. But you know how it is. I also gave him thigh-high boots because I imagine his personality has the charm and the childness of Goku with the genuine sincerity and wanting to help people that Superman has. Maybe Goku's thirst for battle too. That's a pretty integral part of Goku's character, but I don't know. It feels like that'll negate Superman's more helpful nature towards civilians and stuff. It's a toss-up in my eyes. His powers, let's say he absorbs solar radiation from the sun and can redirect it into laser beams and stuff, and to replicate his key stuff and all that. Anyway, that's the Solar Saiyan. Next up is the pair I have the most personal investment in, Ben 10 and Green Lantern. Let's fucking go. 10 Lantern, aka Ben Jordan, who sounds like the douchiest person known to man. He wears a backwards cap and oversized jeans and doesn't stop for squirrels on a town road. He's such a dick. Fuck you, Ben. You know what? Something that surprised me? These two fused way too well. Like, it makes sense. They're both green dudes with black and white accents with a major focus on a singular object on their arm. But I don't know. I struggled with this one for a little bit. Like, they fused well, but it was hard. I sketched out one design on paper to kind of get an idea for what to do, and I hated it. It looked so fucking nasty. But once I switched out the mask for, like, the Ultra Ben mask and gave him a new do, it just kind of all fell together a lot easier. Their combined general assholery and Ben's, like, curly hair gave him a kind of, like, a cool cut. I don't know anything about fashion. I haven't cut my hair in, like, a decade. I don't know what you call it, but it looks good on him. Anyway, I put Knight's armor on his arms and legs because it's like, so, like, combining the Omnitrix and the Power Ring was a lot trickier than I thought it'd be. I mean, you could always just, like, take one and, like, slap the other's logo inside of it, but yeah, that sounded, like, lazy and boring to me. So it just kind of ended up becoming another gauntlet. Maybe I could have done something more with it, but I still like how it looks. On the actual art site, the background is so pretty. This is like one of the favorite ones that I've ever done. The sparkles, the purple, the planets with the soft shade of planning. Oh, His personality is, he's an asshole. Come on, it's Hal Jordan and Ben Tennyson. He's a massive dick. He's acting like he's above everyone around him. He's the best, and he knows it. And he's not humble at all. He's just, I fucking hate this dude. But, you know, still, he's a hero, and he saves people. Even while being an asshole, he still puts others above himself, and all that. He's, you know, he's a good guy. It's just you kind of want to punch him in the teeth. In terms of powers, he basically uses his constructs to give him the powers of aliens that he's aware of. I know Heat Blast is usually the go-to when demonstrating Ben 10 abilities, but I use forearms to better demonstrate the limitations of what his powers can do. And yeah, that's 10 Lantern. Alrighty, before we get into the last drawing of today, I have a question for you all. Do you ever sit down in like a coffee shop or something and connect to the Wi-Fi and feel just so unsafe and insecure, and just feel like that there's someone gonna peek over your shoulder at any time, or even that someone's doing it from your laptop? Yeah, VPN would be nice. Anyway, today's episode is sponsored by Fiction's Reality, my cartoon. Please watch it. A new episode just came out like a month ago. Oops. And it's a really cool, and I like it a lot. We did a lot of cool stuff with this one. It was like the first like real story-based one. That's not true, but like it's good. It's good. I promise. Cool shit happens in it. Here's a clip. And yeah, please watch it. Please, it's a good show. And finally, the mysterious, the magically gifted Carol Batson, aka Captain Marvel.
Do you get why she's called Captain Marvel? Do you get it's because of they
So to be perfectly honest, I think there's a little bit too much Captain Marvel in this one. I mean, the suit is pretty much completely hers, with the exception of like the like cloak thing, like the hood and like the lightning on the chest. The basic like powers and visuals is like all her. And oops, oh well. The lightning or her hair was the first thing I came up with based on like Captain Marvel's super form from the comics. I don't know what it's called. It was in Death Battle. It exists, I promise. And you know, it also came from like the general lightning motif that Shazam has. And I also pulled some inspiration from Livewire from the Superman animated series, who objectively has the best design. The aura also got complimented by Ethan, which was a nice ego boost, of course. Her powers would essentially be like Captain Marvel's with like Shazam's lightning. And that's gonna do it for this video. Sorry if my voice sounds a little weirder than normal. I know that's such a YouTuber trope. But I cracked my voice screaming yesterday, so that was cool. No, but it's a little damaged and it sounds a lot weirder than it normally does. At least in my head, it might sound fine on microphone, which I always think is true for like YouTubers and stuff. Whenever they say sorry if my voice sounds weird, but yeah, sorry if my voice sounds weird. Out of these 3 drawings, I would definitely say that Tin Lantern is my favorite, just because it's so, they fused so well, like it's so weird. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you later.